Hi, welcome back. My name's Julie and my husband Justin and I are full-time resellers, in case you're new here. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the sales. I honestly don't know how many I'm going to go over. I didn't count. Probably for the last couple weeks, I'm behind on showing you items that sold. We've sold a bunch of stuff from, I guess it was the second storage unit we bought. We've sold tons of stuff that we got for free, because I talked about in the last video, I put an ad up in some of our local groups just saying that we're resellers. And if you have a bunch of stuff you're ready to donate, we will gladly come pick it up, go through it, take what we can use, and then we'll donate the rest. So let's jump into all these sales.
This Snow Babies Department 56 with Eeyore was so cute. I honestly have avoided Snow Babies my entire reselling career, but I got a bunch of them in the local auction we go to, and a lot of them were bought in a big set. So I bought 16 Snow Babies for under $16. So I paid 95 cents each for them. This one sold on an offer for $28, and we made a $20.47 profit. Plus, I think I've sold 8 or 9 other ones just from that lot alone. This Christopher and Banks Knew It Tags shirt was picked up at the bins. We paid $1.13 for it. It sold for $21.99, and we made a $14.34 profit, and this was listed probably at the end of last year. This Corner Gas, I had never heard of it, TV series. It was missing one of the discs, which was a total bummer. This was in the second storage unit we bought that we are now, at the start of this video, we are $282.73 in the profit for the storage video. So these DVDs made us a $7.13 profit because they sold on an offer for $10, and they sold super fast. These Old Navy Rockstar pants, they were picked up on 99-cent day. We have had them, I would probably say, since October of last year. They sold on an offer for $10, and we made a $6.87 profit. This Nike baseball mitt, we picked up at the bins a while ago, but obviously it was off season. Now we're heading into baseball season. There was a bunch of them listed, all for $150, and none sold. So we priced ours a little bit lower, but it's been listed for a while. When someone sent me a $55 offer, I jumped on it. We paid $2.55, and we made a $40.30 profit. These Ashley Stewart pants, they were really neat. They were kind of like a crepe pleated dress pants. They were new with tags. They originally sold for $39.50. They've been listed for a long time. We're talking probably 9 months at least. We picked them up on 99-cent day. They sold for $14.29, and we made an $8.97 profit. I picked these interesting Crocs, wedge Mary Janes, up at a local kids sale. They were women's sizes, but even though it's a kids sale, they do normally have adult size shoes there. Also, I paid $3 for them. They sold for $28.99, and we made an $18.63 profit. They sold pretty quickly, and they're going to Australia. You guys know how I love international sales, because if they choose to return the item, eBay handles all the returns. This adorable little vintage porcelain statue was in one of the free pickups from the ad I placed. She didn't have a maker on her, but she did have this number on the bottom of her. So when I put it in, I didn't find this exact one, but I found one similar to it. So I just kind of used their same description, and she sold really fast. Obviously, I have nothing into it, and she sold for $16.99, and we made $11.71 profit. And because she was so small, she was super easy to ship. This lot of Peanuts Loose DVDs was from the second storage unit auction. They sold on an offer for $22.50. We made an $18.29 profit. This Royal Dalton Toby mug, and it's the Gardener is what it's called. I got, I think, 5 or 6 of these mugs, all in different occupations or designs, from one of my free pickups from my ad. So this one sold for $28.99. It is also going to Australia, and we made a $21.35 profit. Another Department 56. This one was also bought at the auction, but I bought a lot of 3 Snow Babies. I actually couldn't see what this one looked like, but there was one with Tinkerbell on it, which sells for, I think, like in the $40 to $50 range. So I bought it for that one, and then they had two others with it that I didn't even know what they were. But this one ended up selling for $10.99. I just divided the price. I paid $4 something for all three of them, so it was a $155 buy cost. So we made $6.97 on this throw-in one. And then this Kenneth Cole reaction dress we have had forever, because you can tell I still have the new with tags at the beginning, which is how I did my listings for a while, and then I realized you're supposed to put it at the end. But I figured out today why this dress didn't sell. Because the shipping was really high on it, because they put it in at 13 pounds instead of 13 ounces. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. But yeah, it finally sold. We paid 99 cents for it. It sold on an offer for $10, and we made a $6.87 profit. This Talbot sweater sold on an offer for $26.99. We had $2.84 into it, and we made a $17.44 profit. These Michael Kors flip-flops were in great pre-owned condition. They've been listed for a while because they were listed over the winter, but they sold on an offer for $22.99. We picked them up at the bin, so we paid $1.17 for them by weight, and we made an $18.57 profit. This dress we have had forever. It was so cute. Like, it was very festival-like. It was brand new with tags, like crocheted halter, but it was in my 60% off sale. Someone sent me a pathetic $7.50 offer, and I grabbed it because I just wanted it out of my inventory. And we made a whopping $3.56 profit because I picked it up on 99-cent day, and it's probably been listed close to a year. These Salvador Ferragamo shoes were picked up at a garage sale. Justin bought 4 pairs for $10, so we have $2.50 in each pair, and this was the last pair to sell. It sold on an offer for $29.99, and we made a $20.62 profit. I showed these American Eagle jeans, I think, 2 videos ago. I went to a church sale where everything was $1, and I picked these up because they were the 90s wide leg, and that's what's in style right now. If these were skinny, I would have not bought them in a million years. They sold on a 15% offer for $21.24. As I said, we had $1 into them, so we made a $14.82 profit. And these Birkenstock Sienna all over mink suede sandals, they had like a shimmer to them. They were in excellent condition for Birkenstocks, like clean footbeds, everything. We got these, I do believe, when we went to our bins road trip. We went to bins in the middle of PA. We paid $1.34 for them. They sold on an offer for $33.99, and we made a $26.94 profit. All right, more DVDs. These ones were all about Canada. They were volumes 1 through 12 that we got on storage auction number 2. They sold on an offer for $21, and we made a $15.56 profit. This very pretty rose and olive Nuit tag smocked blouse was purchased by Becky. She's a viewer of the channel, and she buys clothes for me quite frequently, and we so appreciate it, Becky, so thank you so much. She paid $20 for this. I purchased it at the bins for 91 cents, and we made a $15.56 profit. This Yankee candle, like glass votive candle holder, I got free when we took all the leftovers from a church sale. It sold on an offer for $8, and we made a $6.12 profit. This soft surroundings top was purchased for $1 at a church sale. It sold very quickly for $18.99, and we made $11.59 profit. These Fidelity jeans have been sold once before, and they were returned because they did not fit the person, and they paid for shipping both ways, so I was out no money. So this time they sold for $22. We have 99 cents into them, and we made a $15.24 profit. And I gave these jeans a lecture when I sent them out and told them I did not want to see them again. And more DVDs. This was all the Looney Tune DVDs that were in this collection of the storage unit. I just made a big lot of 26 of them. They sold for full price of $29.99, and we made a $23.74 profit. These Corel Winter Frost White divided plates sold really fast within, I would say, like a week and a half. I paid $1 each for them at this. It's like a thrift store, but they do like estate cleanouts, so it's like a privately owned one for profit. They had $1 sale, so everything you bought was $1. So I paid $3 total for the plates, sold on an offer for $21, and we made a $12.26 profit. These Levi's 559s are my least profit item that you'll see in this video. We have had them for a very long time, close to a year. We bought them on 99-cent day, which is the only reason why I bought them. And they were older kind. They were made in Mexico. They sold for $6.46, and we made a $2.33 profit. This lot of square dancing records was found in the storage auction. I was so far out of my comfort zone with these, I didn't even know where to begin. I literally wrote in the description, like, I know nothing about square dancing records. Like, if you have any questions, let me know. They all had, like, the calls with them. So if you look on here, like, it tells you how to dance and what to say and everything. But a lot of them were, like, not records that I would think of like as square dancing records. You know, they were like 80s songs, and like they even had like My Heart Will Go On from Titanic by Celine Dion. Like, I can't really picture people square dancing to that, but so that's what was all in it. So someone sent me a $60 offer, and I was so happy to accept. We made a $49.18 profit on those. This Thomas Cook, it was a brand new like fishing vest. It was made in Australia, and it's funny because I had so many people send me really low offers from Australia saying that they were sorry they were sending me such low offers, but the shipping was so high. And I'm like, well, that's because, you know, you're on the other side of the world than me. So finally, someone sent me a $35 offer in this country, and I accepted. We bought it at the bins for $1.65. We made a $26.68 profit. And I would say we've had this for like 8 months. I sold the blade to the Sunbeam Oscar food processor. I got this at the same sale where I got the Corel divided plates. So I bought the whole unit for only $1 food processor, but I only listed the bowl and the blade because the motors just do not sell for much at all. It sold for $16.99. We paid 50 cents for it because I got the bowl and the blade all in one deal of $1, and we made an $11.32 profit. This was another clearance item. It is an airy flannel plaid romper. It was kind of an oxymoron. If I'm cold enough to wear a long sleeve flannel shirt on the top, I want a heck of a lot more on my bottom than this. Yeah, but I'm also not a teenager, so who knows. I picked this up on 99-cent day. It sold on an offer for $9.99. We've had it probably for like 8 months, and we made a $6.63 profit. Justin found this cookbook a few months ago at the bins. We were just bored in between changes, and they had a big book bin, and he just went through and was looking up different ones. We were surprised to see how much this book sold for. So it is Drinks of the Hawaii Official Handbook of 300 Recipes, and it was the 3rd edition. We only paid 57 cents for it. It sold for $25, and we made a $17.66 profit. These Lone Ranger action figures, aka dolls, were part of the big vintage action figure lot I bought at only the second time we went to the auction. These ones sold for $30, and I need to. Okay, I'll put on the screen exactly how much we've made on the action figures so far because I don't know off the top of my head. So these yellow box flip-flops, we really do well with yellow box flip-flops as long as they have, like, you see, like how these are embellished. If they were completely plain, I wouldn't bother with them, but the embellished ones I love. We paid $1 for these. I think we got them at a church sale. And they sold for $20, and we made a $15.50 profit. These Lululemon Speed Wonder Tights, they had like a metallic sheen on the bottom of them. We picked these up at the bins. We only paid 67 cents for them by weight. We listed them at around Christmas time, and they sold for full price of $34.99, and we made a $25.50 profit. This Vera Bradley solid black quilted purse, it was, I don't know if it was used or not. It had the tag still in it, but it didn't really look like it was used. I wasn't sure, but I did mark it as used. I paid up for it. I paid $5 for it at a church sale, but it sold for $26.99 super fast, and we made a $12.53 profit. And I do find that solid color, especially black, Vera Bradley bags do well. And then the Super Down Romper, I found at the bins. It was new with tags. It honestly just felt like kind of like a cheaper made item, and I but I looked it up because it had tags on it, and I found out that it sold for a decent amount. We only paid 82 cents for it, and I accepted an offer of $31 on this romper. We made a $23.05 profit. I bought 2 big wicker baskets full of vintage kitchen towels at the auction like 2 weeks ago. So this was my first set to sell. They sold on an offer for $13.59. We made $9.86. But with cost of goods, I'm going to say I probably spent about $1 per listing because I got a lot of listings out of it. So probably like an $8.86 profit. This adorable J. Crew merino wool sweater with a lace collar. I love this so much. It was just so pretty. Justin picked it up at the bins. It only cost 76 cents. Sold for $33.99. And we made a $26 profit on it, and it probably took about like 3 months to sell. More vintage kitchen towels. These ones were Canon brand. They were like the more thin kind. They were cotton, but they almost gave off a linen vibe. These sold for $18.69, and with the dollar cost of goods, we made a $12.73 profit. This Talbot's equestrian blouse was sold probably like 8 months ago and was returned because she said it was dingy. It was ridiculous. It obviously did not fit her, and she just lied to be able to return it for free. So it's been listed forever, and it finally sold again for $11.04. We paid 58 cents for it, and we made a $6.73 profit. And I sold my big Jim Shore bunny. I showed this on our road trip video. We bought it when we traveled to Central PA. I paid $24.99 for it, and it sold for $94.99, and we made a $44.73 profit. And it sold just a couple days before Easter. And another lot of DVDs. So these were all Walt Disney Treasure is what it was called. I had never really heard of them before, but apparently they come in like silver metal cases, but I didn't have the cases. They were just loose, but they sold for the full price of $49.99, and we made a $38.13 profit on them. We have had this new with tags Disneyland Resort t-shirt for a long time. It sold on an offer for $6. I bought a bag of probably like 40 pieces of clothing for $2 at a church sale, so I don't have much into it, and we made a $4.17 profit. Another clearance item, these Woman Within bootcut jeans. They were a size 16 tall. We picked them up on 99-cent day. They've been listed for like 11 months. They sold for $6.40, and we made a $3.06 profit. Another Snow Babies that was bought in that big lot. It's was so cute with it's like a little girl hugging her kitty cat. I love that one. It sold for $19.99. We made a profit of $14.03 minus 95 cents because that was what the cost of goods were. A Talbot's merino wool sweater. We paid $2.84 for all those Talbot's pieces, like the cost of goods. I bought a huge lot of Talbot's if you missed the video that showed it. And my buy cost was $2.84 for each piece. This one sold for $26 and we made an $18.37 profit. I've had this Fisher-Price Loving Family nursery set for a couple months. I bought at the bins like a big bag full of the Loving Family pieces. We've sold a couple of them so far. I had 82 cents into this one. It sold for $22.99 and we made a $15.64 profit. And I bought 3 Lennox birds at the local auction. I paid $40 for the 3 of them. And one of them is worth way more than the other 2. This was one of the cheaper ones. This one sold for $27. So we made a $7.21 profit on it if I divide the buy cost by the 3 of them. So the buy cost was $13.53 on this one, but definitely on the other ones we'll make a bigger profit. These Hudson Drew bootcut jeans were sold probably like a week ago. They were returned almost instantly for not fitting, so the buyer paid for shipping both ways. and they were relisted and sold within a day a second time. So they sold for $21.24. We paid $2.03 for them at the bins, and we made a $15.09 profit. This Sonoma plaid flannel, it was a petite XXL shirt that was new with tags. This is just an example of an item I would not pick up any longer. I got it on 99-cent day. It sold for $12.15, and we made an $8.34 profit, but I definitely don't pick items like this up anymore. These faux dishes, someone bought 2 sets, but I still have a 3rd set available. That's why the page kind of looks the way it does. But I sold 2 sets for the $45.99. So all in, they paid $91.98 after the 5% discount. I paid $1 for each plate, so I had an $8 cost of goods, and we made a $57.28 profit on these plates. This Chico's crinkle shirt was picked up on 99-cent day. It sold for $21, but it did take probably, I would say, by the number, it probably listed this in like October, so it took a while to sell, but it was like a light short sleeve shirt. And we made a $13.93 profit. And these Lee Sinfully Soft, they were new with tags, plus size pants were also picked up on 99-cent day, but we have had these for about 10 months. They sold for $8.50, and we made a $3.53 profit. And these Lucky Brand shorts were actually my daughter's. She didn't want them anymore. They sold for $13.99, and we made a $9.54 profit. I bought, I think, 5 or 6 of these like sample size quilts. They were all handmade at the bins. They were made by like a church group. They still had like their little handmade tag on it. I honestly don't know why someone donated them. Knew I wouldn't make tons of money off of them, but I just wanted to rescue them. So this one sold on an offer for $19. We paid $3.18 for it by weight, and I made a $10.74 profit. This J. Crew merino wool quarter zip sold for $16.24. We've had it probably for like 8 or 9 months. It was picked up on 99-cent day, and we made an $11.20 profit. This vintage alligator purse was picked up from our free ad that we put up. So I had nothing into it. It sold for $20, and we made a $15.43 profit, and it sold within like a day of me listing it. This Untucked men's shirt was picked up at the church sale where all clothes were $1. Someone sent me a $21 offer, and I gladly accepted, and we made a $15.99 profit. These men's Lululemon Dance Studio pants we've had for a little while. They were listed, I think it was in January by the number. I paid $1.37 for them at the bins. They sold for $30, and we made a $23.19 profit. These Crocs, they're Katie 2 like strappy sandals. We always grab them. They don't sell for tons of money, but they only cost 96 cents at the bins by weight. They sold for $18.69, and we made a $13.63 profit. This item was also picked up from the ad that I placed looking for free items. It was a square glass sanitary cheese preserver. It was in excellent condition, sold for $39.99, and since we had nothing into it, we made a $28.39 profit. Justin picked up this Wagner Ware Magnolite saucepan at a estate sale. He did pay up for it. He paid $5, but it sold for $34.99, and we made a $19.91 profit. This Fenton glass, really beautiful hand-painted little vase, whatever trinket you want to call it. We have had this listed forever. We had nothing into it. We got it at the free church leftovers from a church sale. It sold for $34, and we made a $28.57 profit. This Lisa Frank, it was literally one sheet of stickers with like the ripped backing on it. Someone sent me an offer for $10. I purchased this in a big tote of tons of Halloween stuff, so I probably have like maybe 50 cents into each item. So we made about a $7 profit on those. And this is another item free from the church clean out. It's a vintage thermometer that's like ladies wear. It talks about like tailoring on it. Someone sent me a $15 offer, and we made an $11.36 profit. And I picked up this chalkware. It was a very large size Christmas angel at the bins. I paid only 65 cents for it, and it sold for $21.24, and we made a $17.17 profit. This Lulu's dress was really sweet and it was new with tags, but we have had it probably since like November. I picked it up on 99-cent day. It sold for $17.05 and we made a $12.58 profit. This U-Haul cap was picked up at the bins. It was brand new and it sold for $24.99. We only paid 25 cents for it and we made a $17.74 profit. This was an auction item that I picked up at our local auction, Tabletop Galleries, green ceramic like bread basket. It sold on an offer for $29.74. So that left us with a $21.21 profit. And I paid $6.50 for that. So whatever 21.21 minus 6.50 is was the profit. All right, so this vintage Pyrex 1.5 quart double broiler. I had never seen one of these before, and we got it in one of the free pickups from the ad that we placed. It sold for $42.99 and we made a $29.10 profit. But you'll see why I find this so funny in a second. All right, and I sold this. It was like opaque, almost milk glass, like white little bunny. I got it a free pickup. It sold for $8.49 and we made a $4.69 profit. And no, you're not seeing double. Right after Justin brought that pot home from the free pickup, there was one in the auction also. So I just found it hysterical. So this one actually had the original box with it too. It sold for $42.99. We made a $26.55 profit, but I definitely paid up for that. I paid $13.92 for it. So we made what, like a $14, $15 profit, something like that. You could do the math. This clearance dress was also purchased in that $2 bag sale at a church. It was Lane Bryant, like short sleeve, just really cute summery dress. It sold for $8 and we made a $5.74 profit. Another free item, this Miro aluminum pan with the sliding lid, sold for $24.99 and we made a $19.06 profit. This beautiful uranium Vaseline glass, like it was like a pedestal tray. I picked it up at the bins, so I only had 72 cents into it. It sold on an offer for $20 and we made a $15.14 profit. Another super low profit item. So these loft sleep shorts were picked up at 99-cent day. I only got them because they were new with tags. They sold for $5 and we made a $2.46 profit. I picked up these women's Izod golf pants for $1 at a church sale. They sold for $24.64. I have had them for a while. I think I got them in probably around November. But we made an $18.71 profit. And this Royal Dalton, it's another one of the character mugs. This was King Neptune. This one was worth a good bit of money. We got it free in one of the requested free pickups. It sold for $49.99 and we made a $35.78 profit. My daughter, Brooklyn, deleted my entire Poshmark closet and she's been relisting everything. I think she already has like 500 items put back in it. And I just saw a post today that Poshmark's now not going to allow that anymore, but glad I got it done before then. But these Allegra Riley sandals were picked up on 99-cent day. They sold for $30. We made $24 minus 99 cents, so a $23.01 profit. These Tory Burch sandals were a bins find. They were only a size 5.5, so they did sit for a while, but we paid $1.24 for them. They sold for $29 and we made just short of a $22 profit. Picked up this Ann Taylor cardigan. I only got it because it was new with tags. We picked it up at the bins and paid $2.10 for it. Looking back at it, I don't know if I should have picked it up because it was a medium petite, which is kind of, you know, more of an obscure size. But it sold for $20, so we made a $13.90 profit. We picked up these Tom's like wedge sandals in a free pickup a couple months ago. They sold for $18 and we made a $14.40 profit. Bought this Lord & Taylor 100% cashmere sweater at the bins, but when I got it home, I realized it was flawed. As you can see, I actually put that in my title. It had a hole in it. We only paid 69 cents, sold for $14, so we made $10, I'm sorry, I'm trying to math, and like 45-cent profit. And my last Poshmark item were these silver boyfriend jeans. We picked them up at the bins for $1.40. They sold for $17 and we made a $12.20 profit.
All right, so that wraps up our sales video. Spoiler alert, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw some of this, but we bought another 2 storage units yesterday. One was mainly like big pieces furniture, but we only paid $10 all in for it. And the other one was filled with new things, like I don't even know how many pieces of brand new clothing, most from the Home Shopping Network, all plus size that are like new, still in like the plastic packaging that they would have come in, and bedding items, just so much stuff, tote bags, purses, just so I would assume the next video we'll discuss it and show you some of the stuff we got. So you know, the bins have dried up for us. We actually went there really quick today. My niece came with us because it was take your kid to work day, and she came and worked with me and helped me ship today and photograph and stuff. And so we went to the bins just for a little bit, and it reconfirmed how horrible it is there. So when something like this happens in your business, you have to pivot. So our pivot is storage units, putting up ads looking for free stuff. You know, thank goodness we're going into the warm weather now, because we live in Pittsburgh and, you know, there's no garage sales in the winter here. So garage sales are starting up and, you know, giving us many different opportunities to source. All right, well, we appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.